Okay guys, it is time for my week 2 schedule prediction. I kind of did good predicting the week 1 games, so hopefully I can do good again. I didn't get a winner right on a game, that being Texans-Rams, but I did get the score right, so I'm going to count that as an accomplishment. But without further ado, here are my week 2 predictions. First off, we have Thursday Night Football, Commanders going into Green Bay to face the Packers. I think this is an upset. I have the Washington Commanders beating the Packers 27-24. It will be a close game. I can see the Packers winning, but I really believe in Jayden Daniels. The Packers did play really well against the Lions Sunday, but I'm going to go with the Commanders because, I have faith in them. Their offense didn't play as well as they should have against the Giants, but they did play well, and that is good enough for me. Okay, now it is time for the 12 o'clock Sunday games. First, we have the Giants going into Dallas. I could legitimately see the Giants winning this one in a low-scoring game, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys by a score of 16-13. I think it'll be a low-scoring game like it was last year, maybe a field goal game like it was last year, but hopefully the Cowboys will not win. I do not like the Cowboys. I know they should win, but I really do not like them, so if the Giants could win, then I wouldn't be sad about my prediction not being right. Okay, and Seattle going into Pittsburgh. After I saw what the Steelers did against the Jets, I'm going with them by a landslide. Score 34-10, like I did with Titans-Broncos. It could be kind of good, but the Steelers should win. They are the better team, and they should dismantle the Seahawks. LA going into Tennessee, they should absolutely destroy Titans. It just needs to happen. The Rams should dismantle the Titans like the Broncos should have done last week. The Broncos didn't do it last week, but I believe that the Rams will do it this week to the Titans. And now we have Bills going into MetLife Stadium. The Jets actually could beat the Bills. This may be controversial, but they could. They played a good game against the Steelers, but I'm going to go with the Bills, winning it barely. In a nice game, it could be a blowout, but it will be a nice game. Justin Fields could ball out again. I could see it happening, definitely. Okay, the New England Patriots going into Miami. After what I saw the Dolphins do against the Colts Sunday, I'm going to go with the Patriots absolutely dismantling Miami. Miami looked like they couldn't get their offense, their defense, or anything together at all. Tua did not look like a good quarterback, and I think the Patriots will actually beat the Dolphins, considering what the Colts did to the, Dolphins Sunday. Really, the Dolphins do not like a good team, and that's probably one of the biggest surprises of this season. Okay, Jacksonville going into Cincinnati. I think the Bengals should win. Unlike when they played the Browns, they're at home, and they are technically the better team. They have the weapons. Defense probably still won't do anything, but the offense can overpower Jacksonville. So give me the Bengals 24-21, beating the Jaguars at home. Okay, now we have my San Francisco 49ers going in New Orleans to face the Saints. I'm going to go with the Niners. Brock Purdy might be out as the news of now, and I am worried. I don't even know who our backup is, but I'm just going to pray that our team can carry whoever our backup is to a win. The Saints might be the worst team in the NFL, maybe top 5 worst in the NFL. We should win, but considering the injury, I'm not that certain. I'm going to go with us winning a close game, 21-20. Now we have Cleveland going into Baltimore. I will say that the Browns will beat the Ravens, but it will not be in Baltimore. Give me the Ravens to show the Browns what a real football team is. The Ravens are just so good, and the fact that they lost against the Bills was criminal. But now that they're against a bad team like the Cleveland Browns, they should have their punching bag to, have some fun with it, and they should get a week off. And last but not least, for the morning Sunday games, we have the Chicago Bears going into Detroit. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going to say the Lions are going to win. I don't know what either of these teams were doing on Sunday and Monday, respectively, but one of them's got to win, so give me the Lions. Okay, this might be a little bit of a curveball for you guys, but I have the Colts beating the Broncos. This is based off of the Week 1 performances. The Broncos barely beat the Titans, which are probably a bottom 10 team. No discredit to the Titans, but they should have beaten the Titans by a hefty bit, while the Colts pulled off a great win against the Dolphins, dismantling them 33-8. So when you look at all the stuff from Week 1, I just obviously have the Colts beating the Broncos. It's kind of weird to say this, but it's actually obvious. Okay, now we have the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Every year this game pops up on the schedule. It feels like it's a rivalry at this point. The mid-off. And I never know who to decide to win the game. I'm going to go with the Panthers. Bryce Young didn't play that well against the Jaguars, but maybe the Jaguars are just a good team. The Cardinals almost lost to the Saints, which is not that good. Maybe they just suck. Maybe both of these teams suck. But give me the Panthers to pull off a great, close win against the Cardinals. Okay, and the last game before Sunday Night Football, Philly going into Arrowhead to play the Chiefs. This might be a surprise to you guys, but I don't think this is going to be the best game of this week. I have the Eagles winning, the Chiefs lost to the Chargers, and the Eagles beat the Cowboys. Maybe the Cowboys are a good team, and considering who won and who lost, I just have to go with the Eagles, because I think they put off a better performance on Thursday than the Chiefs did on Friday against the Chargers. Okay, Sunday Night Football. The Falcons going into Minnesota to face the Vikings. I think the Vikings are going to win. They came back against the Bears on Monday Night Football, of course, and the Falcons. They almost beat the Buccaneers, but, they didn't. So I think I have to go with the Vikings. The home field advantage is just staggering. Those fans are loyal, and it will be a hard environment for the Falcons. I don't think this will be the game of the week, which I will get to later. Okay, last but not least, we have the Monday Night Football games. Buccaneers-Texans. I think this will be the game of the week. Give me the Texans at home. They should win at home. For some reason, first of all, that environment is just so hard for the Buccaneers. And even though the Buccaneers were on the road last week when they beat the Falcons, the Texans are just better than the Falcons, which is sadly true. But give me the Texans. I think this bad performance with no touchdowns from the Texans last week, I think it was just due to, getting used to the season. And I think they'll put on a great performance this week. And last but not least, the final game of this week, we have the Chargers going into Las Vegas to face the Raiders. I think the Chargers will win. Justin Herbert, I didn't start him in fantasy. I don't have him on my fantasy football team, but I assume he scored a 40 bomb last week against the Chiefs. And if they can do it against the Chiefs, he could probably score 60 fantasy points against the Raiders. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Those were my Week 2 NFL predictions. Comment down in the comments what you think will be the best game of this week and what you think my best take was or what you think my worst take was. Anyways, if you want the content, please subscribe to the channel for more sports content, but mostly football, but sometimes I'll sprinkle in some basketball. But anyways, I hope you have a nice day and bye.